Hey guys, it's Wesley. I wanted to throw out a little different video. So as you guys might already know, I do work at a Toyota dealership, and I enjoyed kind of tinkering with these new Tundras, checking them out. So what I thought I'd do a little comparison and let you decide which one you thought was a better vehicle. So on the left, I have a 2024 Toyota Tundra. This one is more of a base model, almost a fleet package truck. It's considered an SR. It is a four-wheel drive. It does have the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6. This one here is rated right at 350 horse. If you go up to an SR5, you will get up to the 389 horse. It's just a detuned version, as best I can tell. This truck is four-wheel drive. It is crew cab, crew max. Of course, you noticed they do have the composite bed liner. There are aluminum panels included in with, of course, steel cab and steel doors. I'm going to give you my take on the difference between these trucks. You should already know a little bit about these. Of course, this is the older body style. This is a 2021. This is an SR5 four-wheel drive with our blackout package called a TSS package. These trucks were the most comparable because they're both crew maxes, they're both short bed, they're both four-wheel drive, and they both have roughly even engine power options. So first take, I've had three of these trucks. I've had three 5.7 Tundras, all four-wheel drive. They're great trucks. They're bulletproof. I've seen these trucks roll in with 300, 400, even 500,000 or 600,000 miles. Really the most common issue you run into on these trucks is they'll have little leaks and, little nitpicky things like the engines make little weird noises because they have their little, air pumps for the evap system and so forth. Overall, though, absolutely bulletproof. The front end, the suspension and everything underneath the front end of this truck, it's built like a heavy half ton. They're solid, they're heavy. These trucks probably weigh somewhere in the neighborhood of, I can't even venture to guess, probably around 6,000 or 7,000 pounds, somewhere in that range. I do know on the new generation, they did lighten them up nearly 750, 800 pounds. But these trucks, you hop in one, it feels massive. It feels like you're driving a house. They feel much wider. You do sit up. You've got a nice commanding position going down the road. Let's check that out. Of course, this one does have a power driver's seat. This is considered a mid-level, so you get the rubber steering wheel, you get the nice power seats. They are cloth. You do get power windows, power locks, all the nice features here. The big giant back window that rolls down. It does have the adjustable headlights, so you can actually tilt the headlights up and down if you have a heavier trailer on the back end. But a very simple but solid cabin. I'm not going to crank these trucks up right now, but this one does have the nice 8-inch touchscreen. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, all that mess. This was the last year of this body style. This is a really clean truck. This one's only got 31,000 miles. It's kind of getting hard to find a clean example of this older body style. But again, you feel like you're driving a house. They're massive. The steering wheel, it feels like you're sitting up on top of the engine, on top of the axle. The seats are real high. The steering wheel tilts up. It's kind of different feel to it. Of course, this one has the column shift here, which is a standard option on the new trucks. You can't even get one with, has the center console shift. You can't even get the column shift anymore on the new trucks. This truck, in my opinion, and I'm pretty opinionated, I love these old trucks. I'm used to the old V8s. I love the sound they make. I love everything about them. This truck is the one that's most fitting to me because I've had three of them. I do know that I absolutely sell a ton of these new ones, and as you can see behind it, I've got a nice pickup line right there. So this is a little bit lower trim level. This is an SR, but even the base model SR gets a lot more than the outgoing mid-range truck. You'll notice right off the bat, of course, it's going to have power windows, power locks, power mirrors. You'll see here the truck here does not have the power seats. That's something you do have to opt for the SR5 package to get. Still get your rubber steering wheel. Totally different, completely different design here as far as the interior goes. It's got a nice raised dash. It sits up a little higher on the dash section, so when you get in the truck, it feels like you sit down into the truck a little more. Still a very commanding driving position. Very comfortable. I say that. These seats are a little bit harder to me. I'm a big guy, but they're a little bit harder to me than the previous generation. I felt like those seats had a little more padding to them. But of course, the steering on these trucks is all completely electronic, electronically power assisted. It's very nimble. It drives like a Camry. It drives very much like a car. It's crazy to me. I will go ahead and start this one. It sounds like a car. It sounds like a Toyota Camry, but still get the nice big touchscreen. This one does offer an 8-inch touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. You still get single zone climate control. It's all got a digital readout right here. Very nice. Electronic parking brake. Once you put the vehicle in drive, you'll hear it. It disengages the parking brake. Put it back in park. It re-engages. Electronic parking right there. That's how you can disengage it. Push button start is a standard option even on the base model trucks. Lane departure is standard. Pre-collision with auto braking is standard. That was also standard on that truck. But what's different on this one is it does have the steering assist and the lane trace assist that you could not get on those older trucks because they had the older rack and pinion steering that was not electronically power assisted. Overall, these are still really good trucks, very solid trucks. The front ends are still, in my opinion, if you climb under one of these trucks and you compare it to a brand new Silverado or a brand new Ford or a brand new Dodge, I feel like Toyota has just got the upper hand on suspension components. They're sturdy. Everything about them is bigger, more solid. It still feels like a very solid truck. It does not feel like a heavy half. It doesn't feel like a 3/4 ton like those older Tundras did. It doesn't feel like something that can pull 10,000, 20,000 pounds, no problem. I know those trucks aren't rated for 20,000 pounds. It's a joke. It doesn't feel as solid. It does have the coil spring rear suspension, so it rides very, very soft. When you put a trailer on it, it does sag. It does, kind of nose down or nose up a bit more than the older leaf spring trucks. That being said, these trucks, even in this form with a lower power output on this particular rig, still right around 12,000 pounds towing capacity. I don't think that I would want to pull 12,000 pounds with this truck. I don't think that you could do it safely without some airbags or some beefier upgrading on the rear suspension. It will pull it as far as the transmission goes. Oh, and by the way, this is a 10-speed. That one over there is the old school 6-speed. 10-speed does shift very, very nice. It's much better than the Fords and the Chevrolets that I've been in. The 6-speed shifts better. I like the fact that the 6-speed knows what it's doing every single time. It doesn't have the shifts don't feel like, it doesn't feel like it's gear hunting or anything of that nature. This one really doesn't either, but you feel it a lot more because there are more gears. Overall, great truck. It does feel a little plasticky in here. Of course, the old trucks, that was a big complaint on the older ones as well. I just personally, I don't know what it is about them. I'm still on the V8 train, guys. I still like more than anything, I've had several of those trucks with well over 300,000 miles on them. I think the last one I had was a double cab with 380 on it, and that truck had no major issues. It shifted great. It did have very minor oil leak coming from the lower valve cover gasket. It does have 2 valve cover gaskets on those older trucks. These here, I'm scared to pop the hood on it. I'll go ahead and pop the hood just to show you. It's a creepy thing. Do you notice how clunky that felt? How loud it was? Definitely a thinner hood. Let's see if I can do this with one hand. Very lightweight compared to the older trucks. This is an aluminum hood. It is, to me, it's like opening up a computer. I'm scared to do it, and I won't do it. It has 2 air cleaners, 2 air filters to change. More fuse panels on each side, fuse brick over there, fuse brick over here. The battery's pushed towards the back. It's still easier to reach than some of the domestic brands, but it is tucked away, unlike the older truck where it's actually mounted right up here, easy to reach. A lot of space here. This one does have the active shutter system right here, just like the Fords. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied to you. The higher trim levels do. This one does not. Little V6 putting away. A lot more technology going on in this truck. This truck over here, massive brawny V8. It's been around forever. Dual overhead cam, but they're just solid rigs. They're very, very, very good, solid, smooth riding. Even though it is a heavier duty truck, it does have leaf springs. It's still a very smooth riding truck. So that's my rundown on both of these trucks. Personally, I love the looks. I love the way they've redesigned these new Tundras. I'm still struggling to walk away from one of these. If you care about fuel mileage, definitely recommend going to the V6. If you don't care about fuel mileage, you like the sound of a V8 and you like something that's going to last you 150 plus thousand miles, 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles, I think I might still take the older 5.7. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments below, and heck, we may even try to start a poll and see who goes which way. But thanks for watching. Y'all go ahead and subscribe for more videos. Have a great day.